Hello, my name is Matthias Cavodi. I'd like to welcome guys to my channel. Today, we're going to talk about the Savage Avengers because during the past couple of weeks, I had to deal with a ton of work, so I wasn't able to do videos. But during the past weekend, I had to go run errands to downtown in the city where I live at. I live in Argentina, in a place called Cordoba. It's right in the middle of the country. Went to my local comic book shop, and to my surprise, I found that they had a bunch of new compilation issues from Marvel. Made me really, really happy because the thing is, since 2018, nothing from Marvel was coming out here. And I knew I was just really missing out on some pretty awesome stories. Digital comic books. And I do watch a ton of YouTube channels dedicated to comic books. So I knew that some really interesting stuff were going down. But this particular compilation issue, the Savage Avengers, I was really intrigued because I don't remember seeing too many videos about this particular series. Seen one, so it totally sucked. Been like one of those really awesome series that's for some reason they go totally under the radar. So I was really intrigued with the lineup. Wolverine, one of my all-time favorite characters. We have Punisher and Elektra. I don't like these characters too much. It depends who writes them, if I find them interesting or not. Conan the Barbarian, I always thought to myself, what the hell is this guy doing in the main Marvel universe? So I was pretty intrigued with him on the team. Brother Voodoo, he's a pretty interesting character. And another one of my all-time favorite characters, Venom, is on this lineup. So with this group of characters, I thought to myself, there's a lot of potential for some pretty interesting stories. So we're going to cover the first 4 issues. And I'll tell you guys what I like and what I didn't like. And I'm going to start ranting about the stuff I didn't like. So, Mike Deodato Jr. does the art to this. I really love his art style. But in this particular series, at least in these first 4 issues, there's a couple of panels here and there that the art feels really stiff. There's issues with perspective, at least for me. Like the proportions of the characters are off at moments. And very oddly, it's been a real long time I haven't seen this, like a sort of a conflict between the colorist and the art too. That really affects the story, at least for me. The time the work between the art and the colorist is pretty flawless. It's very traditional to Mike Deodato's style, but there's moments that it just feels a little bit off and my attention. Now, let's get into another thing that I didn't like. Gerry Duggan wrote this story. There's moments that things happen that I just really don't understand why or where it comes from. It just leaves me scratching my head at moments. Feels a little bit sloppy. And then he does one thing that just really rubs me the wrong way. We're going to get into that in a little bit. It almost takes me out of the story. And these first 4 issues, honestly, like sort of on the fence if I'm going to trade this away or not. It depends really on what happens in the next compilation issue, if it story worthwhile or not. There's a lot of potential, but it just feels that there's some things that just really I don't like. Also, there's a lot of stuff that I do. So let's get into this. I'm gonna spoil the hell out of it. We have Conan Barbarian. I don't know what the hell he's doing in the normal Marvel universe again. He's in Savage Land, hacking and slashing his way through hand ninjas. Ends up crossing paths with Wolverine, who went to Savage Land. The Hand has been kidnapping people across the world, the people that are the best at what they do. There's this weird warlock wizard type of dude that's cutting people's heads off and draining all their blood into this gigantic cauldron to summon one of these like elder god type of demon things that wants to come to Earth and cause chaos. This leads to Wolverine going to Savage Land, crossing paths with Conan, who's looking for a treasure. To be Conan's thing is he wanders the world looking for treasure. These two cross paths. Obviously, we have the classic superhero misunderstanding. They start hacking and slashing into each other. We had a pretty epic battle. That battle's pretty awesome. The way they conclude the battle is pretty hilarious. I thought it was pretty cool. This brief little tussle. Both characters realize that there's no reason for them to fight. They had a little bit of fun. Both characters establish what the hell they're doing in Savage Land. Decide to part ways, but obviously the story is going to make them go back and join forces later down in the story. Brother Voodoo, also very similar to the way Wolverine was brought into the story. He's called in to investigate the kidnapping of a person, but this leads to Brother Voodoo getting kidnapped. So this is the elder god demon thing that they want to bring back from another dimension with the blood of these people. Even stronger, what the Hand decides to do with is find the Punisher's family, take them out of their graves. They really get Punisher pissed off, and use his blood because he's the man that spilled the most blood in human history, or something like that. Thing of stealing Frank Castle's family, at first I didn't like the idea, but at least when I got into the story, I thought, yeah, it works. It's pretty cool. Well, we discovered that the guy behind this evil wizard / warlock dude is Conan Gath. He's the one that wants to bring this elder god to Earth for evil reasons. Conan Gath is a pretty obscure character. I remember seeing him way back in a 1980s story in the X-Men Uncanny X-Men series during the Chris Claremont days, I think. Then he popped up in the Avengers, also in the Exiles. He's tied to Conan the Barbarian and maybe Red Sonja, something like that. That red-haired barbarian chick. So he's the one behind tappings and working with the Hand and stuff like that. Thing that really, really pisses me off. Brother Voodoo gets killed. His throat is slashed, and Wolverine opens up his chest, slits his arm. Blood pours over Brother Voodoo's heart, and he's going to use his blood to heal Brother Voodoo. Wolverine never had healing blood ever since this character was created, and Brother Voodoo, like, even Brother Voodoo tells, he's like, I don't know how this worked. I just really hate it when they change characters' powers or invent something just for this one story, because we're probably never going to see that again. To resolve a brief fake out that Brother Voodoo was killed for one page. Treasure. Conan the Barbarian is able to steal this treasure. It seems to be the Eye of Agamotto. That's part of another larger amulet. Not sure how Conan Gath got his hands on this. And another thing that I don't know how Conan Gath got his hands on is that there's a symbiote in a glass jar that he was keeping. He calls it a genie or demon genie. There's maybe translation issues from English to Spanish. But Conan Gath and Conan, the symbiote escapes. We have all the Savage Avengers. They all arrive finally at this temple, fighting against these ninjas, fighting against Conan Gath. Elektra also arrives because obviously she hates the Hand. She always tries to stop whatever Hand's planning. Elektra and Punisher cross paths. Both of these characters have a lot of history with each other, so I'm very interested to see what happens between these two characters. Left off in the Thunderbolt series. So Conan Gath is able to invoke this demon, is able to punch a hole through Conan's chest. He's saved by the symbiote, so the symbiote has fused with Conan the Barbarian. The demon arrives. He just wants to bring chaos. It's nothing really too interesting what the hell Conan Gath wants to do with this demon. Savage Avengers, while attacking this demon that has been teleported to the streets of some city, I guess it's New York. It's always New York in these stories. Venom turns into this gigantic dragon. I don't know why. I have no idea how Venom ended up in this whole situation, at least the symbiote. They're able to stop this elder demon, and we get the formal formation of this Avengers team that obviously is not going to be a sanctioned Avengers team. The Savage Avengers, again, I'm not sure if we're going to trade this away. There's things that I like and quite a few things I don't like. I'm going to wait for the second compilation issue to come out to see if it makes everything worthwhile. So, guys, I hope you like this video. See you guys next time. Bye.